sounds or nothing.
Just 100% live action.
Alright, it says we're live. So do you want me to run the whole thing again?
Yeah, just run the whole thing again. We got to start the whole show over. All right, well, we're going to move on here. Go to Mixler. Listen to the audio. Video it down. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. I'm Mike. But they're not going to be able to hear anything, though.
Oh, you had my
No, I don't. It's on.
Because I can hear it, but I can't hear it playing through this.
I can't hear it over here either. It's not coming through the board.
Something was just playing.
It's playing on probably on the YouTube behind it that you got going.
It was just doing the opening thing. Well, let's see if
It's coming across on YouTube. It's coming across on YouTube, so let's just roll with it.
Well, but we can't hear it.
I can hear it.
I can hear it through.
Just kill YouTube. We'll do Mixler.
I'm streaming it through my phone right now.
Go to Mixler. Go to Listen Live. The Radio Man Cave. Listen Live. Audio's down.
No, we can hear you now.
Yeah, it's going out through YouTube. It's just the talkback channel's not working. So.
Oh, so it's just not. So we can't hear. We can't hear ourselves.
But it's going out through YouTube.
Okay.
The audio's
Well,
going
go
out
to
through
YouTube. It's
the
live.
talkback channel's not working.
No, we can hear you now.
Okay, there it is. Who's playing that? That you, Mike? All right. Well, turn it down so we can keep going here. Is it on me?
It's on everybody.
It's on everybody. Welcome back to the live stream. For those of you, Patty's over there, probably going to throw his computer out in the yard and shoot it with a shotgun after this show.
That's a big ass computer.
Because we are going to have to try to figure that out. With me in the studio, Mad Mike, Leland Freeman, and Danger Davis, as we are just going to keep driving along here. Apparently we can... So we can be heard, so it's working.
The computer will only work when it wants to.
Yeah,
It's
so
like
the
a-
computer just said the hell with it.
We need to give the computer an exorcist.
We need to get the computer...
An exorcism. We need an exorcist.
Or we could just run a software update on it, because that could be
Doesn't
the
need
issue.
one.
Software
Dummy.
updates break more
Well,
things
that's
than they
something we can
fix.
do later.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome back to the live stream.
We're streaming live, I guess.
Hey, Les, how you doing, buddy? We've got the live going for the behind the scenes, so you can see the shit show that we're trying to put together tonight. But this is, hey, you know what? We do it live. We got the balls to do it live, so we do it live. That's what we do.
We're doing
We
it
don't-
live.
We could do like other podcasters, and we could have this whole thing set up and recorded, and then we come back later, and say and it sounds clean and perfect and everything else. But no, we're gonna do it live because everybody that does it live has issues like this. Pat's doing a great job over there. Danger Davis is the man. He basically built this from the ground up. I cannot say enough about him. We're running into some stuff tonight. It happens. It's no big deal. Tonight,
He's doing the job of, 20 men. So
week 4 of the NFL breakdown. And Chuck did not send me any of the breakdowns, so when he calls in, he's going to have to go through that himself, and I'll write it down, and then we will have our predictions, and that will be all 4 parts. So if you'd like to hear parts 1 through 3, you can go back to Fort Kickass Productions, the page that you're watching this on right now. Like it and subscribe it. Put the little bell on there. Go back and listen to the shows that actually worked, and you can see how we can get it done and get it done professionally. Right, Steven?
yeah, you try it. You try to do this. It's not as easy as it looks.
Mr. Poet.
Yeah.
We're all poets.
All right.
And
Here
we got West Coast Dan on the Celebrity Hotline.
So we are about ready for our first break.
Hello.
Well, we're going to watch some short films. Last year, I was part of a really cool thing called 7 Days of Skits. A local producer who is a guest on this show, Ali Alakafchi, invited a bunch of collaborators together. Over 7 days, we wrote scripts, worked cameras, did sound, did editing and put together what we called the 7 days of skits. So we're going to show one of those, plus some more content from his channel, his YouTube channel, and go to that channel if you'd like to see some really good indie work and some really, really funny stuff. He's very talented. I'm glad to know him. I'm glad to be a part of the projects he's in. He's the type of guy where whether if I get a speaking part or if I get a background part, if he calls and says, I need something for this project, even if I'm holding a boom mic for the sound guy, I'll come help that guy out because he is so, he's awesome. And the guy is going to be a pretty big producer, and I'm glad to know him now. But we're going to show some of his content, and then Chuck Licata will be calling in on the Celebrity Hotline, and along with West Coast Dan, we're going to break down Week 4 of the NFL. Plus, I have five games from Week 1 of college, which is college preseason, really, because they really don't have good games other than Miami and Florida, who played Friday. And that was that game started out weird, ended even weirder.
I named that game Miffle.
Miffle?
Miffle for Miami versus Florida.
Miffla?
Miffle. Well, it's Miffle.
All right, Miffla.
I wish we had live correspondence, in
the
that
field,
game, because we do have somebody in Florida
right now,
but apparently,
he wasn't there during the game.
No.
He didn't leave till after the game started.
So one of the things I kind of got a big chuckle about, he was like, "Yeah, I'm out in
What's up,
Florida."
Joe?
And I'm like, "Sweet dude, what part of
Rudy
Florida?"
Gonzalez, Rudy, one of the top pro wrestling trainers in Texas. There, Leland.
Wow.
Leland's a big wrestling fan. Leland Freeman.
More of the behind-the-scenes, backstage politics stuff, but yes, that's so whenever I make references on the show, it goes over everyone's head. So.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Rudy will get it if he's watching.
That is awesome.
Rudy
Actually, you
Gonzalez,
need to have him. You need to have him on the show because I'd like to pick his brain
he's
on
down.
there.
He's down in San Antonio. We could have him on the show. We'd probably have him call in or something.
How often? Here's a question, Rudy. I know you've met and probably have worked with Shawn Michaels. What's he like, and how often have you worked with him?
Well, he's not here to interview. So
Right,
how the
but I
hell
mean,
is he going to answer?
Well, you said he's on the live stream, on the live chat,
Well, yeah,
behind
he's just
the
watching.
scenes stuff. So.
He's just watching. Thanks, Steve. Give me your poems. Got to have you on with your poems, gun grabber.
Poems.
He's probably got a haiku about grabbing guns.
He does. He does. A very
He
long
probably
one
is.
that it's on our. He posts it on our page all the time.
Oh man, one
Yeah.
thing that sucks is I'm still itchy.
From the
3
poison
weeks
ivy.
later from the poison ivy.
Oh no, I got covered in more poison ivy. Like my arm
You
looks
should
like an
probably
orange
stop
peel.
doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you should probably stay away from the poison ivy.
Yeah, no, they were like, we're not going to do that anymore.
JC
I'm like, I still
Bravo,
have
one of the
hives.
good local wrestlers, checking in on our live stream. JC, long time no see, buddy.
Tell the rest Turnbuckle Turmoil says hi.
I think Rudy ditched out, but Turnbuckle Turmoil.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me see if Chuck's going to call in. Let's go ahead and take a break. I think we need a break.
Never have I ever, been in love?
Why are you so afraid of cats? You're not even allergic.
Why are you afraid of commitment?
Milton.
Yes.
According to Milton's hot best friend, it's some sort of a pig and lizard hybrid. So we're deeming it the Pizzard.
The Pizzard?
That's fucking stupid.
Save yourself!
You can't.
She's like the wind.
I don't know, man. There's something weird about this neighborhood.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
Guess they don't like Selena.
How anyone might like Selena, right?
Play Bitty Bitty Bum Bum.
Yeah!
Yeah, it's a weird neighborhood.
Cada vez que lo veo pasar, mi corazón se enloquece y me empieza a palpitar.
Hi, I'm Ali something Middle Eastern. Anyway, let me ask you a question. Are you tired of your side chicks complaining that they're not your main bitch? Aren't we all? Now introducing Lil Homie. Lil Homie comes equipped with over 10,000 excuses on why you two just can't be together. Whether it's a late night movie with some girl you met at the gym, a nice day at the park with your ex, or a romantic evening with your favorite sugar mama. Lil Homie comes equipped for any scenario.
You know I love you, girl. But don't text me before 5. Baby, I'm always thinking about you, but she's the mother of one of my kids. I love being with you. Just not in public.
Don't think we forgot about our queen bees. Now also introducing Lil Missy. She only comes equipped with one excuse.
Quit being a little bitch.
Side effects may include loss of appetite, loss of custody, depression, and divorce.
Did you want to hear how I met your father? And that's how I met your father.
But Mummy, I'm black.
Go to your room!
Santa?
Oh, hey, Timmy. Merry Christmas. Thank you for the brownies.
I made you cookies.
And whose brownies are these?
Santa? Did you eat my brownies?
Merry Christmas.
Santa.
Oh.
All right, welcome back to the show. On the Celebrity Hotline, joining us live is Chuck Licata. How you doing, Chuck?
Gentlemen, good evening. How's it been? Have you controlled them tonight or what?
Well, we had a little rough start out the gate, which seems to happen about every fourth show.
Yeah. My computer
I don't know,
seems
man,
to
it's
have
just-
a mind of its own and it doesn't want
We
to
should should assume every fourth show is just not gonna. It's just gonna be a stumble day.
we're just gonna stumble out of the
came
gate
in-
and stumble around.
We came in.
Hey,
I
Jess,
came
how
in,
you doing?
none of the
Hector, how you
audio
doing?
Whatsoever was working, and then Mike was like, "Well, maybe we should unplug everything and then plug it back in."
Yeah, like
and then
maybe-
right after he said that, didn't unplug anything. It just started working
Just-
again.
yeah, until we went
And then
live.
as soon
I
as
don't
we
know.
went live,
Then it didn't work
couldn't
anymore.
Hear us again.
And then we had this, and then I suggested to Patty, move the cable to a different port, and that seemed to make
I've had to move this cable to 3 different USB ports now.
To the USBs.
Oh Lord!
So we might have to do a whole clean restart. I don't know what we're
Well,
doing.
everything else is all the
Everything
ports
else is
in the back
working,
are
right?
full,
It's
so,
working now,
I mean,
right?
It's not the port. 'Cause the
Well,
cameras are plugged into it.
sometimes I've had to change ports around on like hard drives and stuff.
Yeah.
When I'm gaming and whatever else. You know what you need to do when you leave? Shut the thing all the way down. Just don't turn it into sleep mode, because when it sits there, it's still connected to the internet. Still got stuff going in and out. It's still messing with the memory, and it's messing with your hard drive.
That, and if you were playing any games beforehand, that could also.
Yeah, that way
No,
it
he
just
wouldn't.
We don't
He didn't
use
play
it for any of that.
Yeah,
It's
we
just
didn't.
the show.
Yeah.
just let it completely discharge all the capacitors and all that stuff.
All right, Chuck.
Who had a discharge? Who had a discharge?
No, I was just telling.
Hey, Margot. Everybody say hi to Margot.
Hey, Margot.
Hi, Margot.
Hey, Margot.
Margot.
Wait.
Margot keeps our show lubricated.
Oh.
Nice.
And if you're ever in Hutto, go to Margot's Liquor.
That's where I buy my booze from.
That's where we
The
buy our
best
booze from.
booze.
That's the best booze.
What were you saying,
Speaking of
Chuck?
lubrication, have we heard from Consuela today?
Oh my God.
West Coast?
I know she no
Yes.
She no here.
They would like to wish
here?
Chuck
No
LaCongra
Consuela?
good luck with football season when he coaches the Huddle Hippos. Yes.
Oh man! All right, Chuck.
The NFL
save
players of the future.
Save us from this mess that the show has been so far, and bring us back into the land of professionalism and professional broadcasting. Can you do that?
I can try.
Okay.
I can try.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna do the North Division today. Start off with the NFC North. A note about the North Division. I've used the same reference every week. ESPN power rankings. When you add up all the power rankings of each division, the lowest number, which means the higher rated divisions, are the North divisions. That's how good the football is in the North. Okay.
Except the Lions.
Now, that said, at the bottom of each division, the AFC North, the Cincinnati Bengals. Oh my God, how pathetic is that? But the bottom of the AFC or NFC North division. Anybody want to take a guess?
The Lions.
I would say the Lions,
Yeah.
but they've had a good preseason, so I don't think
That
they'll be
doesn't
in the
matter.
bottom. I don't think they're going to be in the bottom. You know who I think's going to be in the bottom? Sorry, Jess, if you're still watching. Hey, it's Todd Jeffries. Hey, Todd.
Hey, Todd.
How
How's
you
it
doing?
going?
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be Green Bay.
Really?
Well, according
I mean,
to
the Lions are going to be
rankings,
right there with them. I
Detroit
just
is
don't think they're
number
going to be last.
21, and Green Bay is 13. So.
Who's number one? Chicago,
Yeah, I
right?
said Detroit is number 21, and Green Bay is number 13, according to this.
Oh well, but that's Detroit. Then they mess around and have
That's
a 10
right.
game. Then they mess around and have a 10-win season.
That's right. That's right. Are they playing on Thanksgiving this year?
Every year.
They have to be, right? They have to play. on
Lions and
Thanksgiving.
Lions and
They
the
gotta be
Cowboys
there,
play
to
every Thanksgiving.
Serve up the turkey and the stuffing.
Yep, and we're having turkey here at the house, and you're welcome to come over, Chuck.
I'm coming. I'm there.
We should
I'm
stuff
there.
the turkey
So-
with a meat log.
No, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
No, we're not. We're not. You are not going to mess with my turkey recipe. You can make your own turkey.
Yeah.
And I will make my own
I'll
turkey.
make a turkey out of meat logs.
Okay, you do that. All right, Chuck. Where we got, man?
Okay, so here's what we got. We're gonna wrap this up in 3 minutes. So I decided.
Well, no, actually, you got to stretch it into. You got to stretch it into 20.
No. 'Cause
He's like,
these
no.
divisions-
Talk slow.
These divisions I know that we can talk about for an easy 10, 15 minutes.
All right.
So for the Bears, we're going to go AFC North first.
Okay.
Or NFC North first.
NFC North.
For the Bears, the guy on the hot seat is their quarterback, Mitchell Trubisky.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's coming into year 3. He turns 25.
Had a good
year
preseason.
last year.
Had a very good preseason.
And had a good preseason.
Yep.
But he's not producing as a quarterback who has one of the NFL's best defense. So he's got to get better. Bottom line, he's got to get better.
Okay.
Minnesota Vikings. Dalvin Cook has got to shed the injury bug. 15 games in 2 seasons combined. It's awful.
Yeah, it's not good.
They're to the point where they're going to have to sign a starting running back. If he can't play, if he plays his usual 5-6 games this season, can't do it. Minnesota's going to be hurting if he can't produce. Green Bay, Mark Murphy, president and CEO. The reason being, he got a new coach in, hired another GM. They're in turmoil. And you know what, Mike, when we make predictions, I'm with you. I think Green Bay finishes behind Detroit.
Yeah, I see him bringing up the rear because they just got Rodgers is making too much money. They can't buy anybody to put around them. They're old. They didn't draft well this year at all. And I think a lot of it is just sort of trying to put it on the shoulders of Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers is old. And guys, Aaron Rodgers has 1 Super Bowl. 1.
Yep.
That's more than a lot of quarterbacks.
It is more than a lot of quarterbacks, but I know a certain quarterback's got about the same amount of time in, and he's got 6.
I was going to say he's old too, but he's basically the favorite to win the Super Bowl this year again.
I just wanted to say that you said the Packers are going to be bringing it up the rear. I was just like waiting until you guys were like, okay, and then I'm like, I just want to. Yeah, you guys said that.
Margot chimed in, says Bailey's and really good scotch. Yes.
Yeah. Bailey's is solid. I haven't had Bailey's in a minute.
You ever drink
good.
Bailey's from a shop?
And when I buy my Bailey's, then you won't be dipping into it.
Oh, God.
Like you did my gin.
I did that? When did that happen?
I don't know, but it didn't evaporate.
I wonder if... No, when was that? When was the last...
I love how he's just over here trying to think up an excuse.
I don't know.
No, I'm trying to not think an excuse. I'm trying to think when that happened.
All I know is I had this much left. And now there's that much left. Right there.
Jesus.
Right there. That much left.
I'm just glad he didn't blame Radar. It was a dog, I swear. I didn't do it.
Oh, my God.
I didn't do it.
All right. So, Chuck.
El Chuck.
Sir, Mike.
I'm going to have you go first
Yes.
so everybody else will feel the pressure of your awesomeness and your... How you got them lined out?
I'm going to go Minnesota because I don't think the Bears' offense can match the defense. Minnesota, Chicago, Detroit, and Green Bay.
See, you're on my bandwagon. I told you. Leland.
Duh, Bears. I think they win the division. I think they go a couple rounds into the playoffs. No Super Bowl shuffle this year, but I think that the defense will carry them quite a distance. Minnesota comes in second, and I think I'm with everybody else. I think the Lions are not going to be in the basement this year. They come in third, and the Packers need to just send their team packing and start afresh, and hopefully they're playing for draft picks at this point.
Yep. So Bears. Who'd you say second? Minnesota.
Minnesota, don't you know? And Detroit third, and then
Green Bay
in the basement.
Sorry, Jess. Good night, Heather. Heather's dipping out on us.
Yeet.
All right.
All right.
Mad Mike.
Bye, Heather.
All right, so Chirac first, right?
Chi-Town.
Yeah. Followed by the Cheese People.
Green Bay. Got Green Bay in second. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Then the Lake People.
Minnesota.
And then, of course,
Detroit.
The terrible people.
Danger.
At least
Oh,
we're
so
not
we're
Detroit.
gonna go with the Da Bears.
Da Bears.
Mike Ditka, first place. You know what? I'm gonna give Mike here a little chubby, but you know what? I'm gonna say Detroit will be in second, and then Green Bay. And the Vikings in last.
You don't pay attention at all, do you, to any of this?
You're going to be eating your words when I'm right.
All right.
Hey.
Now, the NFC North on paper, and all they have is the past to draw from. On paper, per Chuck, and everything else, is the strongest division.
Yep, overall.
How could they be the strongest when Detroit is in there?
Because Detroit's not horrible. They're just not good enough.
Yeah, on paper, if you go by history, the Packers have
Detroit's the team that goes 10-4 and loses in the first round.
When was their last playoff win?
Yeah.
1994.
That was 4? I thought it was 91.
Oh, my Lord.
94 they beat. That's the year that Dallas didn't go to the Super Bowl in the 4-year Jimmy Johnson, where Jimmy Johnson took them twice, and then his team took what was good for 2 more years before
When did
Jerry
they last,
Jones screwed
when
it
did
up.
They last go to the Super Bowl? I'm just
Never.
trying to make notes. Oh,
Never.
Oh.
So that's the problem with the Lions, though. You say they suck, but they're not 0-16 every year. They're really good during the regular season. Then they get to the playoffs and they lose. So you can be. They've won the division numerous times in the last 60-odd years. But then they lose in the first round.
Womp, womp.
So you can't say the team sucks because they lose in the playoffs when they have a good regular season, and that's why it's strong on paper. West Coast, what do you got, man? West Coast, what do you got?
Let's see. I am going to go with the Lions first. Chicago second.
Who?
Chicago.
Chicago second. Cincinnati third. And Green Bay last.
Cincinnati.
Minnesota, Green Bay. Got it. I know what he meant.
Yeah.
I know what he meant.
That's another team that's absolutely terrible.
All right. Here's my prediction. Detroit and Chicago will split. Will split home. They'll split away and away. Detroit will beat them in Chicago, and Chicago will beat them in Detroit.
Did you hear anything about your job interview?
And they will. Hey, I'm having. Hey, West Coast, don't interrupt.
This isn't.
God dang, he's asking people about job interviews.
This isn't Casting Couch, West Coast. Get it
Detroit
together.
and Chicago, however,
Jesus.
Detroit and Chicago, however, will either be 9-7 or 10-6, both of them. And then we're going to have Minnesota and I have Green Bay having a 5-win season. That's my prediction for the NFC North. And the Lions will lose. And the Lions will lose in the first round.
Well, see, how are they going to go to the Super Bowl if you don't even have optimism for them? Come on,
They're like
man.
Because I've been a
Oilers in
Lions
the
fan
90s.
for 52 years, son.
Yeah, I know, but with that attitude,
if they
you're never gonna
surprise
see 'em
me
go.
and trip their way into the Super Bowl and win it,
You'll
you will have
probably
one.
die.
I will smoke a joint.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here, folks.
Yep. I will smoke a joint. Bring one over, and I'll flame it up. I know you guys been waiting. As soon as it's legal, there's going to be a house party.
Somebody get in touch with the
Bob Marley, yes.
the Lions.
What's up, Dan?
It's a Bob Marley spliff.
A Bob Marley spliff. You got it.
Yes.
Oh, my mic's falling apart.
He
God,
said,
everything's
why
going on
drink
today.
and drive when you can smoke and fly? That's what he said. The great Bob Marley.
There you go.
He
So,
likes
Chuck,
getting,
are
he
you-
likes getting high in multiple ways, I guess.
So, Chuck, are you as excited about football season this year as I am?
Yes, I am. I'm probably not as excited as you are, but
Well,
I'm excited.
you know, I watched the coaches, a little bit of the coaches show for Hutto tonight, and we're gonna have a really good defense.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a really good defense.
Oh, hey, what? You need to promote about the league.
The fantasy league, yes.
I'll set it up.
Absolutely.
I'll set it up tonight.
Yep, fantasy league. If you wanna be in the fantasy league, send either find Chuck Licata on Facebook or send me an email, MikeAllenSports@gmail.com with your email, and I'll get it to Chuck. We're looking for 16 teams. You can sign up for free, and the winner gets a barbecue plate for 2. So the winner gets a barbecue plate for 2. And you become an OTA insider. So let me know if you guys want to be a part of that. Email me, and we will get that set up, and we'll get it going. And Chuck is going to be the commissioner this year, not me.
Thank you.
Yeah, right. No kidding.
So who all do we
Am I
have right
cooking?
now?
Right now we have no one because he hasn't set it up yet.
Well,
we just started promoting
I
it.
just set it up now.
Yeah, so
Guys, do me a favor. Facebook me your email addresses, and I'll do it while we're doing this.
oh, well, you got mine, right?
Oh, I gotta
Yeah.
send you.
Okay.
I have 2 people that wanna play. I'll get their stuff.
Yeah,
sent
but
to
we
you.
don't have to do it like right now. But
I'm gonna do it because I want to.
okay, well, you can do it right now then.
Exactly.
He's multi-talented.
Huh? Do what? Do what,
He's
Chuck?
multi-talented.
He's
Yeah,
yeah, he's
if the-
multi-talented.
If the commissioner asks for it, the commissioner
Can't get the
gets
software
it.
to work, but
Oh, man.
ouch.
I'm starting to.
He's about ready to shut the show
No,
down
I
and
think
go
I know
home.
what the
I'm going
problem
home.
is that when I wasn't here, Mike probably went and slapped a Detroit Lions sticker on
Yeah,
the
that's what
inside
I
of my
did.
computer, and
That's
that's
what I
why
did.
it doesn't want to work.
That's why it doesn't want to work.
Oh.
Where's my
When it
camera
matters
messed
and
up?
we're trying to go live and stuff like that, it's just like, nope, I'm one and done.
Why has it got to be Detroit, man?
At least we're not Detroit.
We're not Detroit.
Lions.
All right.
Okay. Okay, so the AFC North, we're going to make this real quick. Cincinnati sucks. Andy Dalton is 2 more years under contract. What?
Hey, hold on a minute, Chuck. Chuck, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Hey, West Coast,
Yes.
could you mute your phone while you play hockey with it?
Okay.
Because we can hear every bump and
Yeah.
jiggle and everything. So just mute it so we can't hear it, and then you can listen in.
He's jiggling with the cleaning lady.
Oh, okay. I was escorting Escuela out to the dumpster.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Well,
Okay.
just don't be banging your phone against your, just mute it so we can't hear all the stuff in the background. All right, go ahead, Chuck.
Wait, don't be banging what with Consuelo? Oh, sorry.
Banging his phone against whatever he's hitting it against when you're talking. Go ahead, Chuck.
He hit that.
Right. Anyways, okay, Mike, you should have your invitation, by the way, to the league.
Yeah, I just heard it come through. That is
Beautiful.
correct.
Okay. All right, so the AFC North, does anybody really give a shit about Andy Dalton in Cincinnati?
No, not really.
He's like,
They're dead last.
he's like, yeah, they're dead last. Yep. Okay, so the middle linebacker, Patrick Onwuasor, is the key guy here because he has a long-term, big money contract, and Baltimore needs to decide, okay, are we going to let this guy stay and pay him money, or, like you suggested with Aaron Rodgers, let's dump this guy and let's get a whole bunch of players. Pittsburgh, Kevin Colbert, general manager, 62 years old, renewed Mike Tomlin for 1 more year, and yes, the Steelers don't have Le'Veon Bell. Thank God they don't have AB, Antonio Brown, but they're still under pressure to make the playoffs, and this guy is out if they don't make the playoffs. And for Cleveland, no, it's not.
Baker Mayfield.
There you go. But it's Kareem Hunt, who comes back in Week 9 this year, and they took a lot of heat, the Browns did, when they picked him up at the end of last year. So he is going to be a very key cog.
So he's got
as
it.
far as the Browns.
Hold on, he's got an 8-game suspension. He's got to sit out.
Ouch. For what?
Holy cow. For that alleged assault that never happened.
That's right. Exactly.
That cost him his ride over at there in Kansas City.
Yep. And I'm going to start, and I'm going to say this. The Steelers, and I've said this when I've been in there, Steelers got better on defense. Doesn't mean they're great. They're not the steel curtain, but they're better. And I honestly think that Baltimore is way, and I mean way, overrated. So give me Pittsburgh to win the division. I have to. I'm a Steelers fan.
Yeah.
Browns number 2, Ravens 3, and Cincinnati 4.
Ravens and Cincy. West Coast.
I think he's still taking
West Coast.
West Coast.
Is he still doing?
I think he's still muted.
Okay,
You can
we'll
unmute. Yeah.
We'll come back to West Coast. Leland.
I think I'm going to go with Baltimore in first place, just because Harbaugh is the coach. Steelers and Browns are going to fight it out for second place, but I think just experience, I think the Steelers are probably going to have the edge, although it would be nice if the Browns do get in second place. And Cincinnati, they're rooting for Cleveland this year, so that's my take. Cincinnati's in the basement, and Baltimore's going to win the division.
All right, Mad Mike.
I was watching baseball. I'm a Mariners fan, and they just hit a home run. So
yeah,
3-run homer.
Runs up on that series.
4-3, New York Yankees versus the Mariners, bottom of the second.
Be interesting if they have the upset.
Ooh, nice
awesome.
pitch too.
Yeah, no, he belted that thing out.
All right, what you got?
What are the teams other than Baltimore? Because I know it's going to be Baltimore for sure.
Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Baltimore, and Cincinnati.
Ooh, yeah, Cleveland definitely last. I mean, for sure.
What?
Even with...
You know what he doesn't believe in? He doesn't believe in Baker Mayfield.
Oh, wait. Cincinnati's in there too, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, no, the Bengals definitely last.
Okay, so Bengals last.
Followed by Cleveland, with Baltimore, and then the Steelers.
And then Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Okay, danger.
Baker Mayfield first. And then the Ravens. And
Damn, no love for Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, they're going to be like right below them in like a bathroom stall somewhere. And then Andy Dalton and them, they're probably going to be in the same stall, but they're going to be in the toilet.
Jesus.
Because they suck.
Patrick McCormick, welcome to the live. If you guys out that are watching live, if you'd like to get the full effect and be able to hear who we're talking to, you can go to theradiomancave.com, hit watch live, and join us on our channel now that we got all the things working. All right. Is that you, Pat?
Yeah, I was sending emails to Chuck, so that was just
Oh, okay. That's your
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Facebook.
All right, here we go. In number 4, I think we all can agree Cincinnati's a dumpster fire. In 3, and Chuck, I love you. I really do. I love you. But Big Ben is old. And
Okay. If you say so.
Didn't really look good in the preseason. Did all right. Their defense is going to have to try to carry them, but the defense is young. So I got them third, but they'll be at least 500. I see a lot of injuries in the future, and then Baltimore will be right there with them because I think I think the AFC North, even though they're touting it, is not as strong as it's being touted. Baltimore is also going through a lot of transition, going through a lot of new players. And that opens the door, ladies and gentlemen, for who? Baker Mayfield. Who picked up Hunt? Who picked up some? What was the other receiver that Odell Beckham, OBJ?
And he hasn't even
They're
played
doing
yet.
great. They're but they're getting along. I mean, I think this is his breakout year. I think I don't think there'll be a sophomore slump. I think he's gonna take Cleveland to the next level, at least 1 to 2 rounds into the playoffs, and then we're going to see sustained power in Cleveland finally again since the 80s was so long ago. And I think we're looking at the next generation of great quarterbacks in the NFL, and Baker Mayfield with Cleveland.
Now, who gets the history of the old Browns? Is that the new Browns, or is that the Ravens?
Everything stayed. Everything stayed in Cleveland. Yep. Baltimore
Yep.
tried to do that with the Colts, but the owner of the Colts didn't and took all the records and everything with them to Indianapolis. Baltimore Ravens are a brand new team. They don't carry the only thing that the Baltimore Ravens have that the old Baltimore Colts had is the band. They are the only team in the NFL that has its own band because the Colts band stayed together during the time that the Colts went to Indianapolis. They stayed together as a group and played benefits and functions and stuff like that. And when the Ravens came into town, one of the first things the owner did is reach out to the leaders of the band and said, "Hey, we want you to be our band." And there's a really good 30 for 30 about it that I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head.
Yeah, I think it was about Art Modell.
No, it wasn't about Art Modell. It's about the band. Oh, and the band played on. It's a 30 for 30. The ESPN 30 for 30? Yeah. Are we ready for a break, Patty?
Yeah, 1 second.
All right. You guys going to hang out,
minute.
Chuck, or are you done?
Yeah, I'm here. Yep.
All right. So hang out through the break. We'll be right back with more chicanery. I'm Mike Allen. This is the Radio Man Cave, and you are on the air.
I can't take it anymore. I'm gonna lose it. I can't take this anymore.
I got his tickets.
I don't care. Where the hell are my cigarettes? Have you seen them anywhere? I'm gonna lose my mind.
We are going on vacation.
Vacation? There's no time.
No, we're gonna teleport.
That's like $9,000 a ticket.
I got us a Groupon. I mean, it only goes to one place in Mexico, and we leave in like 2 minutes.
Teleport there? Is this safe?
Yeah, it's like 99% safe, all inclusive, and don't bring your phone. It has something to do with some type of safety precaution.
Do I need to stand somewhere or anything?
Nope.
Love you.
Excuse me, I think there was a mix-up. Did you see my husband? Shit, I brought my phone.
Shit!
Have you seen my husband?
Have you seen my husband?
Has anybody seen my wife?
You came with someone? Seriously, stop. It's really annoying.
Seriously, stop. It's really annoying.
What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you? Where's my husband? Where's my husband?
Your margarita.
This doesn't look like a margarita.
Enjoy.
Gross.
Jesus Christ. No. Do you have a phone? What is this place? Omar! No.
Well, nothing like a day trip to let the stress melt away.
Sounds exactly like my wife. She's always saying stress is just a word until someone comes along.
It's love. Love is just a word until someone comes along and gives it meaning.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I know it's beautiful. No one writes quotes about stress. That shit's terrifying. Bitch.
Stress. It's just a word. Stress is just a word until someone comes along.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Hell Oh my God, who did this to you? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I brought my phone and I messed up.
Looking in your eyes, I see a paradise. This world.
Oh my God! No!
We can build this dream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now.
There you are. You were right. That trip was awesome. I feel like I'm cured. Stress melted away. Hey, did you do something with your hair? Hey. I mean, it looks nice.
I've got 2 tickets to paradise.
All right, we're back, and I ran Mike out of here. I can't believe I ran you out, Mike.
Couldn't take what he
Good
couldn't take what he
Lord.
gives.
As many times as you've nuked us in this room, in this very room,
You Vitaly
ran out of-
Klitschko'd
Oh my
him.
God!
Wow.
Can't take the heat.
Cannot take the heat at all.
Chuck, are you still there? Chuck.
Yes, I am.
Okay, I want to ask your opinion on the whole Aaron Sanchez injury. Apparently, he had a pectoral injury for several weeks before the trade to the Astros, and even during the combined no-hitter, he apparently had that, and they actually pulled him on his last start after 2 innings and put him on the injured list. What's your take with him? Do you think that was the main reason why he had a horrible season with Toronto, and do you think it's more serious than they're making it out to be? And how much did the Astros give up to get Aaron Sanchez in the first place?
Well, they didn't give up squat, to be honest with you, and they got Sanchez and the other reliever, so they made out in that deal. Aaron Sanchez, he actually 3 years ago was a Cy Young candidate, and then he got a blister, and blisters are what's been hurting him in Toronto. It's literally been blisters in his fingers, and so that was the issue with him. So the pectoral is actually it's a new injury for Aaron Sanchez. If they're smart, they've seen what he can do. I think if they're smart, they'll let him rest. Give him till like mid-September. They talked about using him in relief, which I think is a good idea, and just let him work his way back, but rest the guy because obviously he's going to be really good. The blisters is over. He hasn't had blister issues all year, even though his record at Toronto this year was bad. Obviously, with the Astros, he's been revived. He's been rejuvenated. So,
they got the best pitching coach in the league. And it showed when he went out after having the gastrointestinal surgery. They had a bit of a slump when he was out of commission for a couple weeks. And then when he came back to the team, slowly working with Lance McCullers Jr. on his Tommy John's recovery. But the fact is that he got Verlander back dialed in. He's getting Greinke dialed in. And so I'm really hoping that Storm, what's his first name? I know his last name is Storm, has a few more years left in the tank, and he's also able to groom his successors with the organization, which, knowing the Ryan family, they're really good at that.
All right. And the Ryan family is phenomenal. They really are in that stuff like that.
We got West Coast back. West Coast.
Yeah, I think the name of that other player is Lance Storm. Yes.
What?
No way.
The wrestler.
Lance
Hey,
Storm
listen.
beer money. Forget it.
Listen.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
The pitching
Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Baltimore, or Cincinnati. Put them in order.
Brent Storm.
Ooh, all right, here we go. I'm going to put Cleveland in first, Cincinnati in second, Pittsburgh in third, and the Ravens bring up the rear.
And
prison.
We're all going to be laughing if he's right. You know that, right? Because I'm writing these down. I'm writing these down. I got all of them. I'm going to have to put all these into like an Excel spreadsheet or something.
Jesus.
Hey, you know what? If he's right, if Cincinnati wins the division, I will buy him a barbecue plate.
No, Cleveland. He picked Cleveland.
If Cincinnati
coming in second,
I'll eat Davis's underpants.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
I want to see that.
Holy cow.
Well, unfortunately, it's not going to happen because Cincinnati's going to end up at the bottom of the board.
Yeah, they're the ones that are going to be eating shit.
But what if it does happen?
Oh, my
Well,
God.
then I'll have to cook up a pair of
Then
your
we will do it
underwear,
live
Davis.
on this show, and you will eat his underwear.
I'll at least be nice and I'll wash them.
No. You're
And
going to work
sweat.
all day long.
Soak in the flavor.
And then you're going to eat a couple of those Jack in the Box tacos.
You're going to come home after doing all landscaping in the hot sun all day. And then we're going to put them in a Ziploc bag and let them sit on the back porch and ferment.
What if I just wear them for like 2 days?
Yes, do that too.
And
we'll put them in a Ziploc bag and let them ferment.
He would have to, he has to lick the Grundle butter.
Mike Ackerman just is on our live. He said Pittsburgh first. I
There
wish
you
there was
go.
a way that we could tie all the audio into the live. That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do a simulcast on the live.
Simulcast.
There probably is.
Of course, can't really get
Simulcast that ass.
can't even get this one right. So maybe we'll
I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah, I know you're gonna figure it out, Patty. You're awesome.
It'll be ready by next week.
I'm busting your chops, but you are the man.
I really wonder what happened. Like, that's weird.
I don't know.
Oh, I know how to fix it.
Ghost in the machine.
No, I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna hook a DVD up to that thing, and we're gonna watch me and the old girl here. We're gonna watch Office Space, and I'm gonna skip ahead to the part where they take the copier machine out, and I'm gonna be like,
"Watch this.
You want to get taken out to pasture? Well, no, better work then."
You want to fuck around during our thing?
Or something even better. You just put the footage on of what we did to Mike Allen's beard.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
Shoot the Roman candles at the thing.
Yeah. All right. We are in our second week of college ball. Did you catch that game Friday or Saturday, Chuck? Don't suck the thing in the microphone. Good Lord.
Oh, okay.
No one wants to hear you vape over there.
Here, watch what happens when I do it.
Oh, okay.
On your Juul. Did you watch the game, the Florida Miami game, Chuck?
That was a good game.
Yes, I did.
That was a good
game.
That was a fun game at the end.
Yeah.
When it seemed that no one could figure out how to hold on to a football for 4 different possessions.
It's when you play like the music from like a Benny Hill movie.
I will say
there you go.
The guy on the defensive player on Florida that got the pass interference call right at the end of the game.
Right at the end.
He lucked out.
Yeah, he did, big time.
And then they had the Miami had the pass and the touchdown. Then flags went everywhere, and I was jumping up and down at work. I was like, "Oh crap, it's another pass interference call." And then the refs were like, "Nah."
Nah, we just want this game to end.
But no, that was a really good. I'm excited.
Well, our first full weekend of college, and what I like to call the preseason of college, where we have all the big boys playing the little boys and getting. So I went through and I picked out what I thought were the 5 most competitive games that I could figure out, and here they are: Texas State versus Texas A&M. The first time these two schools will play.
State's gonna get their ass kicked.
I know, but I just thought it would be interesting. You don't know. Texas State actually did pretty good last year.
I just can't wait to see my Aggies just.
Wisconsin. I'm sorry, not Wisconsin. Yeah, Wisconsin versus South Florida. Wisconsin's ranked. I can't remember what they're ranked. They're like 18th or something like that. Against South Florida, who's always tough. And guess who the coach is of South Florida?
Who?
Charlie Strong.
I was going to say Charlie Strong.
Charlie.
So we're going to see what Charlie. Number 11 Oregon versus number 16 Auburn. I just think that's going to be a good game. That's a game I'm going to try to watch. It's in the afternoon. And then just because Oklahoma sucks, can we agree?
No.
And they're playing Houston, which is a pretty good football team in its own right, in the Mountain West Division. So Houston versus number 4 Oklahoma. And then number 9 Notre Dame against Louisville, who was in the hunt last year. So that could be a good game. So those are the 5 games. So if anybody wants to, hey, Lori, Clay Doe, one of the guests on the live stream over here in the Facebook Live, getting a behind us.
I think Oregon has the potential of having the upset of the week with all those 5 games.
That's what I'm thinking. That's why I put them in there, because I figured, it'll be a good
And I
game.
think Texas State will have a competitive game. They'll get creamed, but they'll have a competitive game against A&M.
Yeah, I think the Aggies are just going to slaughter them.
Okay, so let's go down the road here. Let me add West Coast because I didn't know if he was going to call in or not. Chuck, Texas State versus Texas A&M.
Texas A&M by 25.
A&M, are you taking the 25?
Yep.
West Coast.
Yep.
I am also going to take Texas A&M.
You want the points?
Yes, please.
Leland.
A&M by 14.
14 points. Danger.
A&M by a lot.
It's got to be like a number.
A whole
Come
lot.
on.
He says 69.
21.
21 points. And Mad Mike?
Gig 'em, Aggies. Gig 'em. And we're going to go by like 49.
49 points.
49 points.
I
baby.
will take your points, Chuck.
Really?
with Texas State.
It's because he wants to lose.
No. That's how you get the Bobcat bumps.
So all they have to do is keep it within 25. And you still need to get your barbecue dinner.
He's waiting for me to win the
We're doing it
baseball
with
one.
the
so we
base-
can-
Oh, with
We're
the
doing it with the
baseball. We're doing it
baseball.
all. Yeah, you're doing it all together. Got it.
And then I get
Well,
a
I'm with you on the spread.
Do I
I'm-
get a consolation plate for probably doing terrible?
Clay says, Clay-Doh, the World Destroyer, says Knicks winning 7. You heard it here first.
I could agree with that.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Oh, my God. Knicks winning 7. All right, who's joining us on the Celebrity Hotline? I think that's Joe.
Yeah, they call me CFJP out.
Texas State or Texas A&M? Who do you got?
Texas A&M. I don't even know what you guys are doing, but I'm just going with Texas A&M.
All right.
He's not that crazy.
Next up, Wisconsin versus South Florida.
Badgers by a lot.
Okay.
You have to use a number, Davis.
Where's it at?
4,900.
It is going to be in South Florida.
Okay.
And what's the spread, Mike?
I don't know the spread. This is preseason for college. A lot.
No, it ain't, you silly bird.
Yes, it is. When they're playing the cupcake teams and not playing good teams,
Who's
it's the
playing?
preseason.
I
When
can
you got
pull it up.
UCLA playing Cincinnati, although I probably should have picked that game. That's probably going to be a good game. You got UConn playing Wagner. Central Michigan's playing Albany.
Who's Texas playing this week?
Tulane against Florida International. Texas is playing another patsy. Where are they at? I don't even know if
Is it Louisiana?
Louisiana.
Monroe?
Louisiana,
BYU.
yeah, the Louisiana, whatever.
Monroe, I
Utah's
think,
playing
yeah.
BYU. Come on.
All right,
who's
I
the
found the
spread?
spread, Mike.
The spread is
Just
plus
settle down, eat
13.
your
All right.
donuts and whatever you're doing.
For-
Number
Wisconsin
19.
just give it 12 to South Florida.
Okay, so number 19,
13.
Wisconsin versus South Florida. Charlie Strong in South Florida. Joe, go ahead. Give me your thing.
I'm going with Wisconsin. I'm not giving the 12 points either.
Wisconsin straight up. West Coast.
Yes.
I'm going to say South Florida.
South Florida. Chuck.
South Florida with the points.
South Florida with the 12.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, give me 3 points. Yes, please.
And you want the 12? Leland.
Wisconsin by 24.
Wisconsin, you're going to
Oh,
add
come on.
24 to it. Mad Mike.
Badgers by a lot.
Badgers by a lot.
Yeah, like past the spread. Badgers, I mean, the Badgers consistently feel like a really solid team.
Oh, no, they're
Like,
good. They're a good Big Ten team.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just
But they're
like,
in Florida.
okay.
They're in the dong of
That's
America.
true.
80% humidity. It's probably going to be about 95 degrees.
They were waiting
Big
for this
fat,
opportunity.
big fat corn-fed guys from Wisconsin.
Yeah, no,
But
they're ready
Florida-
for this. They've been waiting for this moment their whole life.
But Florida is being coached by Charlie Strong.
Hey, everybody, say hi to Alex.
Hey!
Alex.
Checking in from Florida himself.
We miss you.
All right. Danger.
Wisconsin by 69.8%.
What?
Because
We're doing points, not percentages.
Hey, I thought West Coast was off his rocker.
Good Lord, dude. Come on.
All right, fine. I'll take the spread, Wisconsin.
Plus 12? Or minus
13, but
12?
sure.
I'm going to take South Florida in the points.
Mike and I think alike, yes.
All right.
Sort of.
Number 11, Oregon versus number 16, Auburn. I think this is going to be the best game of the day. Joe.
Auburn's giving 3 to Oregon.
It's going to be a good game. What do you got?
And it will be on ABC.
All right, who do you got?
I got to go with Oregon.
You're going with Oregon? Why is my camera still moving? There you go.
Because Davis is moving.
Where are they playing it?
I'm moving my camera.
Are they
They're
playing?
playing in Oregon.
Oregon. West Coast.
I'm going to take Auburn in overtime.
Auburn and OT. That just
How
might
many
happen.
overtimes?
Chuck.
just won.
Give me Oregon.
Leland.
Oregon by a field goal.
Oregon +3. Mad Mike.
The Ducks are gonna crap all over Auburn. Like,
Oregon. Danger.
Well, seeing as Oregon has a 98.8% chance to win this, I'm going to go with the Mighty Ducks.
Oregon. I'm going to go with Auburn.
Because he likes to lose.
Straight up.
Who's Wazoo playing? That's what I'm interested in.
Washington State.
Yeah, my
I
Cougs.
don't know who. I'll go back to that
I can
because it's
find
got
it for
like
you. Give me a
everybody up
second.
there. Yeah.
Thanks, Pat.
I mean, number 24 Nebraska is going to go up against that powerhouse South Alabama. Houston versus number 4 Oklahoma.
Hey, by the way, Washington State is hosting New Mexico State, just so you know.
There you
All
go.
right,
Oh,
Mike.
actually, that would be a-
Oklahoma's giving
that's gonna be a good
24 to
game.
Houston on a Sunday night at 7:30.
Oklahoma minus 24 to Houston. What do you got, Joe?
I'm going to Oklahoma without no points.
Oklahoma
because they got
straight up?
They got the kid from Alabama as their starting quarterback.
All right. West Coast?
Well, I'll go with Oklahoma.
Okay. Chuck?
Same thing. OU.
Oklahoma. Leland?
Oklahoma by 17.
17. No one's taking the points on this, though. Mad Mike.
Patty, I know you're gonna love this part.
We foobarred that.
Yeah, we stretched that one out.
Danger.
OU with the points for sure, though.
OU with the points, minus 24. Danger.
Boomer Sooner, baby.
And I will take Houston and the points.
Loser.
Nerd.
They'll keep it within 24.
Loser.
Did you see who's playing on Saturday? It's going to be Boise State playing Florida State. That's actually probably
Hey,
really
that'd be a good-
That'd be a good game.
That's a really good game.
I miss that game.
The Battle of the
We'll
States.
add it. Boise.
Yeah, Boise versus
We'll add it right now.
Florida on that. I think it's at Boise's too. So
Okay, number 9, Notre Dame versus Louisville.
oh, la French team.
Jesus. Louisville isn't even ranked.
Why are we picking this game?
I was just wondering that, but I don't say nothing because
Just give us the spread, Joe. That's your job.
they're giving 20. They're giving 20 points to Louisville.
Hey, Louisville had a good season last year. There's one of those teams you have to show up to play, and it's Notre Dame, and I don't like them.
Oh.
And I'm the host of the goddamn show. How about that? Huh? Goddamn.
He's like, I have to put my hand.
It's got my name on this show. Thank you.
Well, that's why Crazy Joe don't show up sometimes. He just disappears and does his videos. A guy in the mud pile.
So who do you got, Joe?
I'm going with Notre Dame with no points. That don't make me a winner.
Notre Dame, West Coast.
I'm going to take Louisville in the points.
Louisville plus 24.
Yes, please.
Chuck.
I got to go with my Jerry partner there. Louisville in the points.
Plus
Jerry Sandusky.
24.
Yeah.
Leland.
I guess I'll go with the crowd, Louisville in the points.
Louisville in the points. Mad Mike.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. Davis.
Put me in the game, coach. Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. And I'm going to go with Louisville in the points.
Because they all want to lose.
Boise State and Florida State in Florida State. It's in
That's
not
Florida.
the swamp, right? No, the swamp is
No,
Florida.
it's in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Florida State's giving 4.
Yeah, that'll be a good game. I don't know why I missed that.
Yeah, no, I saw it and I was like, let me pull up Boise's their their schedule, and I was like, "Oh, dude, that's gonna be pretty
Well,
solid."
to my defense, I mean, I had to go through stuff like Air Force playing Colgate, Temple playing Bucknell,
They're playing toothpaste.
Syracuse playing Liberty. Who'd they almost beat last year? Liberty.
The Taliban.
Norfolk State playing Old Dominion. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's really opening weekend. Of college
SMU
football,
and Arkansas State.
Yeah, there you go. I mean,
So
number
we
7
got
Michigan
Memphis
playing
giving
Middle
6 to
Tennessee.
Mississippi.
Do what now? Florida State's doing
We
what?
got Memphis giving 6 to Mississippi.
Okay, we're not gonna
We got
redo it.
South
Joe,
Carolina
Joe,
giving 7
Joe.
to North Carolina.
Joe.
You want to know more? I got it
No,
all.
Joe. I picked 6. I was only going to pick 5. Now we got 6. Boise State versus Florida.
I picked out the good games.
Whatever. Boise State, Florida State. I picked out good games too. What was the spread? 4? Who do you got?
4. I got merchandise too.
Florida
I got some
State
great
or
merchandise.
Boise State? Who do you got? We're going to get it out of him.
Notice I'm not yelling at the mic today.
I know.
He's compensating for me.
No,
I
this
guess.
is normal.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, Joe. Who do you got?
They put
No, I gotta fucking look for it.
That's 2.
It's
right?
Boise State or Florida State. Florida State's giving them 4. Who do you got?
I'm taking Boise State.
God dang.
God damn, he said.
West Coast.
Dang, farmed it.
I'm going to take Florida State.
Florida State. Chuck.
Florida State.
Florida State. Leland.
I think Florida State in an overtime victory.
And calling overtime. Mad Mike.
Boise with the points.
Boise State +4 or -4. No, +4. Danger.
Boise State plus
+4.
11.
I'm taking Boise straight up.
I said 11.
No, it's the point for us. You can only add if you're picking the one who's already has the advantage.
Fine.
You can't
Boise
add-
State -11.
It's -4.
Whatever.
God. Good Lord.
And we haven't even gotten into this season, and you're already getting flustered.
Hey,
This
Josh,
is
welcome
gonna
back.
be Great.
We're going to end this. Mercifully end this.
Why?
All right. West Coast. Joe, make sure
Yeah.
you get your emails to Chuck to get into Fantasy League.
Chuck
Don't worry, I'm not the guy who don't put the right quarterback in who's hurt for the next 6 weeks. Don't worry.
What are you talking about, Joe?
I don't know. Who are you talking about?
West Coast
yeah, last
quarterback
year.
who was injured for
Yeah.
6 weeks.
Well, we're not living last year. It's this year. Send your stuff in.
Yeah.
He's in.
He's in. Is West Coast in?
He's in.
All right. How many people do we have?
Getting hold of Chuck. Yes.
How many people do we have in it right now?
Go around and I'll let you know here in a second.
I mean, we're done. We're done with the picks. We're done with everything. We're
So
just,
what should we talk about then while he does that?
God, I don't know.
How was your day, Mike? What did you do today?
I slept, and then I cleaned dishes.
I watched anime.
We all
That was nice.
Yes.
We got baseball going on in the
Got
background
baseball
right now.
going on in the background. The Yankees are 5-3 over Seattle.
Hey,
bottom of the
Chuck,
fourth.
what's your take on the rule changes for next year? We're not going to have 40. This is going to be the last season of the 40-man rosters in September.
What?
Yeah.
I think it's a bad thing.
I think it's a horrible thing too. I mean, what the and this is, I believe this is not even with the CBA. This is the owners are going and stating they'll have a 26-man normal roster up until September. Then you can expand it to 28 men on the roster. Also, with the pitching changes, you can't have position players pitch unless you go X amount of innings or there's a blowout. Also, the whole thing where a pitcher has to go in for at least 3 batters. I don't think there was an issue with baseball. I think baseball, since the strike has been one of the best managed leagues of any of them. They've had work peace. They've had consistent ratings and consistent attendance to the games. I think this is really, really bad what's going on with baseball. What do you think?
Yeah, I truly agree. I mean, it was, enough that they made the July 31st the absolute trade deadline, which I thought was a really good idea. But, yeah, this is not a good thing because you're not giving experience to minor leaguers and young players who can get that valuable major league experience that can help you the next year. Plus, obviously, you're going to be lacking depth at this point. So, yeah, this is not a good thing. I don't know where they come up with this. I just don't think this is going to be a good thing.
Plus,
what do you think, Mike Allen? You don't give a crap,
I think the season should be cut down.
Yeah, 162 games after 30 game was it spring training?
Yeah, I mean baseball and basketball I think are burdened with the same thing. The seasons are just way, way too long. And I don't even get interested in baseball till October. And that's when I figure out who's left, who's going to be in the playoffs, and then, then it's the playoffs. Then I watch it. But, I mean, now, I can't get into it because there's just so much going on. There's, 38 teams? How many teams?
31.
31 teams playing 162 games. Well, what the hell? What? You can't work that out in 50 games? 70 games? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you pretty much know who's a good team and who's not a good team. I don't know.
Yeah, but you can catch lightning in a bottle in August and September, and it's a whole different story.
Yeah, I've seen teams that come back for like 6-7 games back, and they come all the way back and get back in the mix.
The 04 and the 05 Astros, for example.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I mean, but I don't know. I don't follow it. I don't follow it enough, really, to be honest with you.
Hey, so once I get West Coast Dan's email address and he logs in, we'll have the content that we need. And don't forget, live on the show next week will be the draft.
Yep, next Monday. Next Monday is the draft. It'll be the whole show. It'll be the whole show. And you'll be here, right?
I will be there. Yes,
okay, Chuck will be here in studio. We're going to have it set up. We'll have a draft board. We'll have
the
food
working.
We'll bring some food. Patrick's going to rip his computer apart and
beat the shit out of it
and threaten it with abandonment.
We're going to use harsh language.
We're going to use harsh language.
Going to get the job done.
Harsh language and finger pointing.
All right, before you take off there, I want to give some rules to Uncle Chuck over there.
What's up?
Did you hear that they want to change baseball, like after 12 innings, put a guy at second base? I want to hear your theory on that.
Huh?
Yes, that's called the international rule of scoring. You put a guy at second base in the 12th inning. Old school me says no thanks. But like Mike said, everything's getting condensed. Everything's getting more speedy. So Leland, I think that they're looking at this because, managers complaining I'm using too many pitchers. I'm getting guys injured, stuff like that. Personally, I don't like it, but I understand why they're doing it. What do you think?
Me, I don't like it because you're ruining the strategy of the game.
Well, also the pitch timer, too, where you have to actually throw a pitch after, was after like 10, 15 seconds. And, I mean, especially if the pitcher's struggling, the last thing you want to do is force the pitcher to make a bad pitch and potentially injure himself. That being said, it's getting away from the purity of the game. I mean, if anything, the only thing I would probably agree with is if you take a player out, you can put a player back in like other sports. That would be as much of a revolutionary change as putting in the designated hitter, which, if you think about it, is actually the best thing that they did for pitchers because the pitchers only bat, once every 5 games. And if you use them as a pitch hitter, it means you're out of position players. And most importantly, you don't have a pitcher that doesn't know what he's doing with a bat in his hand, trying to check his swing and then causing himself to have surgery.
potentially season and even potentially career-ending surgery. So it's the kind of thing where I think the designated hitter was probably one of the best things that they did with baseball, and the National League should adopt it. I mean, granted, it takes away a lot of the strategy, but with what we're seeing, where you're going to force a pitcher to be in for at least 3 batters, I think that's going to severely hamstrung a National League team if they don't add the designated hitter to it, and then you're going to see basically the National League hardly ever win a World Series going forward.
You know what I think they should do is after 12 innings, the runner can be out by actually getting hit by a thrown ball.
I'd be okay with that.
Yep.
And what they'll do is you just start it first. The center fielder will have the ball, and he'll be facing away. And he'll have to get up off his back, like in football, like the football tackle drills, grab the ball, throw it into the infield, and the runner has to try to make it around the bases back to home without getting hit with the ball. What do you think?
Or they could just, fight to the death. That'd be cool.
Now on his way around, hold on, on his way around the bases.
Shoot him. Like the ducks. Let's go shoot him.
I don't want to shoot Don't want to shoot anybody. You got to use there's no guns in the game, Joe.
One-on-one with paintball.
No, then the runner, in order to defend himself, will carry the bat. So as long as the ball doesn't hit the person, and he could just swing at it with the bat to knock it away. You know what I'm saying?
No.
All right. What if the player goes goofy and he throws the bat in the stadium? That's all right too.
No, you don't hit the ball. The center fielder starts with the ball.
He's not getting it.
Against the wall, and he just
if he gets hit in the ball, he gets angry, he throws the bat, and it ends up in the stadium or stands. What do you call that?
They got the nets up now, so
well, if he loses the bat and he goes into the stands, if he knocks out a grown-up, that's 2 points. But if he hits, if he hits a little kid, it'll be minus 2 points. And either way, we're gonna have a tiebreaker. What do you think? What do you think, Chuck?
I don't like that rule. It sucks. I think a gambler would say, you got to go. You would have to be sitting with West Coast Dan, checking his crackers.
Oh, okay.
After 116 years of professional baseball, all of a sudden now, foul balls in the stands are considered a hazard, and they're putting up nets everywhere, and it's affecting the telecast. And if you're that's part of the thrill going to the game is being able to have the opportunity to catch a foul ball, and you're not going to have that after this season. In fact, some teams they already have nets foul pole to foul pole. So what's your take on that, Chuck?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yep, it's all about the safety of the fans, and like you said, there's a lot of the pureness of baseball is going away year by year. It's really sad.
It's pureness of all the sports.
Mike, what did you have to say?
What if instead of for like a tiebreaker and stuff like that, dodgeball? Okay, they just got into the outfield, they just draw a line, and they have to play dodgeball.
Or maybe do a game of Red Rover.
No, I think dodgeball.
Yeah, we're gonna have Bryce Harper get paid $300 million play dodgeball. Okay,
yeah, like if
you know what the owners are gonna tell you? Go Pat Sad.
No, and they'll have to use the rubber balls though. So like it actually hurts. So there's definitely incentive to not get hit.
All right, guys, thanks for calling in. Next week is our draft. Y'all make sure to call in next week. Draft. The draft. We'll see you then.
Hey, we need 2 guys. We need Danger. We need West Coast Dan, and then one more guy. So is Leland playing?
Maybe.
Well, we're trying to get 16 teams, right?
No.
We're trying to get 16 teams, right?
I had no idea. I thought we were going 10.
Let's shoot for 16, and we can drop it down the closer we get if people don't sign up. Because I know that a couple of people have expressed interest, like Nicholas Fowler wants to do it. Nick Fowler.
Okay.
And we
all right, that's fine.
16. So 16 teams, and then we'll promote it all week. And then Davis
and
has some
West Coast
friends.
don't draft Anthony Luck because he retired.
I sent those to Chuck. So we got Daryl and Okie.
All right, good deal. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for calling in.
Okay.
All right, guys. That's it for us. We're out of here. It's been fun.
See you next week.
Make sure you go to mikeallensports@gmail.com to make sure that you get us your email if you'd like to be part of the OTA 2019 Fantasy Football League. We'll make sure you get an invite to that. It's free to join, and the winner gets a barbecue plate on me at the end of the season. So, for all of us here, Mad Mike, Danger Davis, Leland Freeman, myself, player to be named later who's in Florida with Darth Baker, Chuck Licata, West Coast Dan, and crazy effing Joe Pardini, I'm Mike Allen. This is the Radio Man Cave, a Fort Kick-Ass production, and you have been on the air. We'll see you next week.
Great job, team. Head back to base for debriefing and cocktails.